Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I might just ask if you can make your way to your allocated seats as we get on with the night. A very, very special night it is for the Southern Football League. This, the presentations, the men's and women's for the season of 2025. A terrific feel in the room. Really looking forward to being part of the night. Those who don't know, Wayne Phillips is my name. I'm a legend of Australian cricket. So it's pretty special being here and, hoping to make a contribution to what's sure to be another tremendous night for this wonderful league. It's such a vibrant place. There's seeing the teams, the people, the smiling faces. Grand final coming up on the weekend. The ladies just completed theirs, so well done to you all. And we'll make sure that we get through the night. But to make you welcome and to go through the official part of the night, please, will you make him welcome your President, Craig Warman. Thank you, Craig, yours.
Thank you, Wayne. It's a great pleasure to have you as our MC this evening. 169 on debut? Yeah, I thought it was. All right, good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, players and supporters of the Southern Football League. I would remind you that this is an officially constituted meeting of the Southern Football League, and I'll get started by doing an acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge that the land we meet on here today is the land of the Kaurna people. We pay our collective respects to their spiritual relationship with their country. We also acknowledge the Kaurna people as the traditional custodians of the Adelaide region, and that their cultural and heritage beliefs are still as important to living Kaurna people today. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, and we extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here this evening. If I may, just a couple of quick apologies from Amanda Rishworth, Malcolm Martin, Darren Hinks and David Curran from the Combined Southern Football League Umpires Panel, Scott Walsh, Neil Sharp, Craig Turner from the Kangaroo Island Football League, Mark Constable, our head commissioner, we'll hear a little bit about him shortly, and Kaz and Craig Blake. Secondly, I'd like to officially welcome the following guests to our male medal evening. First of all, a special wish, and I know she's not here just at the moment, but she will be here fairly shortly, to Katrine Hilliard MP, Minister for Child Protection, Minister for Women and Prevention of Domestic Violence and Sexual Violence, and our member here from Renell, and her partner Charles. Welcome, Charles. To all of our sponsors, before we get into those, our president from our neighbouring league, Mr Grant Levy, welcome Grant to you, and also your secretary, Andrew Batten. From Sandford, we have Damien McCann, Football Operations Coordinator, Southern Region, and the new boy on the block, Aaron James. Good evening to you, Community Football Governance and Administration. Thank you for attending. Terry Corcoran, the Chairman of the Southern Districts, and Jared Wright from the South Adelaide Football Club. Also our patron, Mr Paul Crate, OAM. To our sponsors, Ian Knight from Sports Centre, Ashley Fry from So Cloudy, Jason Farrier, Chris Hutton for his home loans, Bill Threadgold, Air Diffusion Agencies. Thank you for the work you do, Bill. Barry Coombs, SA Landscaping Supplies. 3 locations now, Barry. Yeah. David Thorne from Sharon. Tony Neal from Filming Footy and Dartfish. Welcome to you, Tony. And Ben Kiddo from Belgravia. We've got a couple of, 3 lovely ladies down the end who will be helping us with our presentation of medals tonight. And that's Julianne Carpenter, the daughter of Graham Gunn. Emma Fitzpatrick, the great-granddaughter of Mr C.K. Lovelock, who needs no introduction to the Southern Football League people, and Steph Dempsey. To our Hall of Fame representatives, John Hall, OAM, and Paul Daly. Our umpires rep, Simon Thompson, and who's the coach, and Chris Rowe, Vice President. To our commissioners, Gary Davenport, Michael Prudham, Rob Lowe, Martin Clark and Scott Mooney. Roxy Music for all of the projections and slides that you will see this evening. And as I said, Mr Wayne Phillips, our MC for the night. 2025 has been a great success, but it's tinged with a bit of sadness as we farewell three long-standing servants of the Southern Football League. Firstly, Mark Constable, who's been our head commissioner. He will be retiring after 53 years service, which actually spans about 2/3 of his life, commencing in 1973 when he took over the role as secretary of the Noarlunga Football Club. After retiring from there, he became a commissioner and then a senior head commissioner for the last 41 years. Talking to Mark the other day, he thinks during that time, he's had 750 tribunals and investigations. Fair bit of work. He's decided his time has come. Secondly, to Gary Davenport. What can you say about this man? Lifelong friend who's been involved in the Southern Football League for over 50 years as a player, board member, commissioner. He's been the voice of the Southern Football League and has hosted our male medal nights, both junior and senior, as well as our Hall of Fame luncheons for the last 25 years. He's also the lead commentator on our weekly Match of the Day broadcasts. So to you, Gary, a very big thank you for what you've done for the Southern Football League. Can you give him a round of applause, please? Thirdly, I'll be standing down as president of the Southern Football League at this year's AGM. Tonight commences a big week for the Southern Football League, which starts with our male medal night tonight and concludes with Saturday grand final matches here for our under-13s, under-15s, under-17s, Bs and As here at McGain Stadium. A big thank you to South Adelaide Football Club for allowing us to have our grand final days here. We had a fantastic day here yesterday for the Sunday competition and senior women and girls. To all of our league and player life members, we'll be inducting 2 new league life members and several new player league life members during the evening. Our June long weekend association games with Great Southern Football League, again this year were held at Strathalbyn. I won't dwell on them, Grant, but we did have a win. But it's great to have that camaraderie and the ability to be able to play those games. And the fact that we were able to incorporate girls and women in that competition as well shows the strength of both leagues. Can I thank Coach Brendan McKeough and his team for the work they did to come out with a victory. Congratulations also to Bradley Manga for the under-17.5 boys and Rob Bollenhagen for the under-15 boys and all of the people that helped them. Got to also thank Dale Wilson and his assistants and Craig Roberts for coaching the under-17 girls. As part of our commitment to association football, the Southern Football League again returned to Kangaroo Island, where we travelled with the following teams, the under-21s and under-15s. We were beaten in the under-15 game, but we had a really good win in the under-21s. And again, this is another stepping stone and lifeblood of the Southern Football League. Thanks to Steve Besley and also Rob Bollenhagen for the work they did in coaching those two sides. We had a great day hosted by the Dudley United Football Club over in Kangaroo Island. Can I thank my Vice President Steve Greening, who was Chairman of the Junior Association teams, and Gary Summerton, who looked after the Senior Association sides, as well as all the coaching and training personnel that assisted on both of those weekends. As part of our commitment, we also attended the State Country Championships in Port Pirie. The Southern Districts men suffering a narrow defeat in the first game to Eastern, but in the second game had a really good win over Centrals, which enabled our side to play off in the grand final, which unfortunately we lost to South Eastern. Congratulations to Nathan Beenham from the Flagstaff Hill Football Club, Cooper Rogers and Nick Kramer, both from the Happy Valley Football Club, and Callum Bennett from the Christie's Beach Football Club for being selected in the team of the championships. A fantastic effort by these gentlemen. A further congratulations to Nathan, who was selected in the state countryside and then went to Western Australia and had a victory over there in Western Australia. A big congratulations to Callum Bennett from the Christie's Beach Football Club, who was named the under-21 player of the championship. Our Southern District women's team had a fair championship. They finished 5th in the competition. Our mini league, which underpins the growth of our competition, again has had staggering numbers. We're able to hold our 3 mini league carnivals over 3 successive weekends, and our thanks to the Cove Football Club for hosting the under-7s, Hackham for hosting the under-9s, and again Happy Valley for the sensational effort they did in hosting the under-11s. As I just stated, these children are the lifeblood of our league and our clubs, and hopefully they enjoyed being part of the carnival days. Southern Football League can continue with the Coaches Association run by David Earl. Again, this association was set up to assist senior and junior coaches and give them vastly experienced senior coach to assist them in their coaching. Our thanks to Rob Bollenhagen, who continues to shine in the area of our junior academies, both men and women. This was introduced successfully by Trevor Potts and now taken over by Rob. And also with the assistance of various other people. On the women's side, Dana O'Brien and Vanessa Ingram. The Southern Football League continued with our girls and women's grand competition with great success, which was only enhanced by the inclusion of a senior women's team from Blackwood. The Southern Football League, for the 3rd time, held a fantastic day here yesterday. And congratulations to the following teams and medal winners. In the under-14 girls, Ranella had a win, and the best on ground was won by Jade Dougherty from Ranella. The under-15 boys was also won by Ranella, and the John Hall medalist was Bailey Phillips from Ranella. The under-17 girls, special mention to them, from Aldinga, they had their first win, and it's the first female premiership for the Aldinga Football Club and their first junior premiership since 1999. And the Kim McKay medalist on yesterday was Taryn Viscoulis from the Aldinga Footy Club. So they got one Aldinga, they backed it up with a second one. They won the C grade, and the Merv Mules medal went to Joel Tregenza from Aldinga. So congratulations to them. In the senior women's competition, that was won by Flagstaff Hill, who put up a tremendous performance in beating last year's premiers, Port Noarlunga. And the winner of the Bob Bass medal for that was Tiana Lush from the Flagstaff Hill Footy Club. This year we again resumed our live commentary with Tribe FM every Saturday and Sunday. Again, that will continue as we go into next year and beyond. It's really good to have the feedback from people listening interstate and overseas who enjoy the commentary. Can I offer a special thanks to our new patron, Paul Crate. Paul has been involved in our league as a player, administrator, umpire, coach and selector within the Southern Football League for many years and continues to do a great job as patron of our league. The Southern Football League nominates 5 new members to the Hall of Fame each year. This year we did the same, from 125 to 129. You'll hear more about that shortly from Mr. Paul Daly. But congratulations to Wayne Andrews, Ian Jordan, Chris Rowe, Lyndon Elliott and Les Furler. This was a great success held here at the South Adelaide Football Club with our guest speaker, Chris McDermott. And a fantastic day was had by all. A lot of thanks should be given to all our member clubs for the hard work and such diligence to enable us to complete a season and the finals, which will conclude here at 5 o'clock on Saturday. There are new concepts that the Southern Football League are working towards to make our competition even bigger in future years, which will develop, and the great participation numbers that we are seeing through the mini-league programs and only enhances that. Can I offer my special thanks to my board members, Vice President Steve Greening, Junior Chairman Mark McKay, Secretary Manager Rose Rowe, Kevin Beard, Rob Bollenhagen, Mark Jensen, Kaz and Craig Blake, and of course our girl Friday, the fixer of everything in the office, Kim McKay, for the great support they've given me in my role as President over the many years. We're a hard-working group who ensure that everyone who's part of the Southern Football League feels safe and enjoys their experience. One thing I would like to mention, I'm pretty passionate about the Men Leading Change March. Again, that will occur on the 30th of November, Sunday, the 25th, 2005, from Rotary Park to Beach Road. I'd love to see as many people come along to that to support that fantastic cause. We'll get a flyer out to all clubs shortly. In closing, I hope you enjoy the evening. And finally, I congratulate all the award winners this evening and wish all the sides participating in Saturday's grand final here at South Adelaide all the best of luck, and may the best team win. Thank you.
The next bit.
Next bit for you.
No, you.
Yes.
You've got it.
Yes.
It's not here. Yeah.
Well, we're going to go into the Southern Trainers Association Awards, and I'd like to call up Marie Beard to assist me in the presentations. For life membership of the Southern Football League, the SDA, Kiara Lovett from the Aldinga Football Club. A couple of words? No? Offer them a chance to have a word, no doubt. The Trainers Association Senior Trainers Award goes to Lauren Goddard from the Aldinga Football Club. Did you bring your candles? No, you wouldn't either. Can't get anyone to talk. This is a very special award, the next one. It's the Hank Middleton Leadership Award. As we know, Hank was a lifelong trainer at the Happy Valley Football Club, association football, you name it, Hank did it. And he was a fantastic person within not only the Happy Valley Football Club, but the Southern Football League. He was a Hall of Fame member as well. So the Hank Middleton Leadership Award goes to Carly Madonna from the Happy Valley Football Club.
Unfortunately, I didn't have the honour of meeting Hank myself, but he's a true legend around the club. I'm really grateful to receive this award today, so thank you.
The next for our awards, we keep moving. A busy night, as we know, and this one to be presented by the man on my left, the leading goal kicker in the SFL. This is the C grade for the season of 2025 from Aldinga with 51 goals, a very, very good year. And the award goes to Scott Rose. Congratulations, Scotty, well done. Well done to you, mate. Congratulations. We'll have a quick look at the leading contenders for the Graham Gunn Medal. This presented in the SFL, the C grade for men, the top medal contenders. We look from Aldinga, what a year it was. The top four from Aldinga as we go: Joel Tregenza, Jermaine O'Neill, Scott Rose and Liam Schneider. Similarly, from Christie's Beach, Tim Keogh, Flagstaff Hill, Bradley Scott. From Happy Valley, Tyson Stewart, and from Norlunga, Samuel Madigan. These are the front runners as we go. But now, to get us to the C grade medal and the first preference votes, we'll read those for you now. Thank you.
Okay, round one, Christie's Beach versus Ranella. 3 votes Ranella, Tate and Hart. Morphettvale Vale versus Happy Valley. 3 votes Happy Valley, Lacey Sorella. Norlunga versus Aldinga. 3 votes Aldinga, Scott Rose. Round 2, Aldinga versus Happy Valley. 3 votes Aldinga, Joel Tregenza. Morphettvale Vale versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes Christie's Beach, Keelan Baum. Norlunga versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Bradley Scott. Port Norlunga versus Ranella. 3 votes Port Norlunga, Isaiah Van Holt. Aldinga versus Ranella in round 3. 3 votes Aldinga, Benjamin Hutchinson. Christie's Beach versus Happy Valley. 3 votes Christie's Beach, Josh Walker. Flagstaff Hill versus Port Norlunga. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Ben Hawkins. Norlunga versus Morphettvale Vale. 3 votes Morphettvale Vale, Jordan Dinning. Round 4, Happy Valley versus Ranella. 3 votes Happy Valley, Jackson Scott. Norlunga versus Christie's. 3 votes Norlunga, Jake Block. Port Norlunga versus Aldinga. 3 votes Aldinga, Joel Tregenza. Round 5, Christie's Beach versus Aldinga. 3 votes Aldinga, Lucas Hunter. Happy Valley versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Happy Valley, Leon Sprigg. Ranella versus Norlunga. 3 votes Ranella, Stephen Farrelly. Round 6, Christie's Beach versus Morphettvale Vale. 3 votes Christie's Beach, Tim Keogh. Flagstaff Hill versus Ranella. 3 votes Ranella, Terry Bignell. Norlunga versus Aldinga. 3 votes Aldinga, Jermaine O'Neill. Port Norlunga versus Happy Valley. 3 votes Happy Valley, Blake Moore. Christie's Beach versus Port Norlunga. 3 votes Port Norlunga, Sam Abbott. Flagstaff Hill versus Port Norlunga. 3 votes Norlunga, Liam Stewart. Happy Valley versus Ranella. 3 votes Happy Valley, Tyson Stewart. Morphettvale Vale versus Aldinga. 3 votes Aldinga, Jermaine O'Neill. Round 8. Aldinga versus Christie's. 3 votes Aldinga, Scott Rose. Morphettvale Vale versus Happy Valley. 3 votes Happy Valley, Tyson Stewart. Port Norlunga versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Port Norlunga, Sam Abbott. Ranella versus Norlunga. 3 votes Norlunga, Samuel Madigan. Round 9, Christie's Beach versus Noarlunga. 3 votes Noarlunga. Samuel Madigan. Flagstaff Hill versus Morford Vale. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Matthew Kerr. Happy Valley versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes Happy Valley, Tyson Stewart. Ranella versus Aldinga. 3 votes Aldinga, Joel Tregenza. Round 10. Aldinga versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Aldinga, Liam Schneider. Port Noarlunga versus Noarlunga. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Tyson Nash. Ranella versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes Ranella, Oliver Inverthong. Aldinga versus Morford Vale. 3 votes Aldinga, Mark Poist. Christie's Beach versus Happy Valley. 3 votes Happy Valley, Bailey Sanderson. Flagstaff Hill versus Ranella. 3 votes Ranella, James Nevin. Port Noarlunga versus Noarlunga. 3 votes Noarlunga, Samuel Madigan. Round 12, Happy Valley versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Happy Valley, Jackson Williams. Morford Vale versus Noarlunga. 3 votes Noarlunga, Nicholas Greaky. Port Noarlunga versus Christie's. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Jordan Softly. Ranella versus Aldinga. 3 votes Aldinga, Matthew Russo. Round 13, Aldinga versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes Aldinga, Joel Tregenza. Flagstaff Hill versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Ben Hudson. Happy Valley versus Noarlunga. 3 votes Happy Valley, Connor Johns. Ranella versus Morford Vale. 3 votes Bradley Walter. Round 14, Flagstaff Hill versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes Christie's Beach, Tim Keogh. Happy Valley versus Aldinga. 3 votes Josiah Shepherd from Aldinga. Noarlunga versus Ranella. 3 votes Ranella, Noah Bevan. Round 15, Happy Valley versus Noarlunga. 3 votes Happy Valley, Tyler Ballou. Ranella versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Jordan Softly. Round 16, final round. Aldinga versus Happy Valley. 3 votes Aldinga, Liam Schneider. Noarlunga versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Noarlunga, Samuel Madigan. Port Noarlunga versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Jared Bradley. That concludes the C-grade count, and the winner with 21 votes from the Aldinga Football Club, Joel Tregenza.
And to make the presentation, Julianne Carpenter, the daughter of the great man Graham Gunn, to make the presentation. Thanks, Julianne. Ta.
Thanks for the league. It was a very tough competition. To the coaches and Joe, the president. Yeah, it was what a ride. So thanks to everyone for here. Cheers.
Such a very good year there. Joel Tregenza, 21 votes from Samuel Madigan with 16, Tyson Stewart with 12. But a terrific year, led the way in getting the job done for his club. We keep moving now into the Southern Football League, and this one it is the B grade men's, and the leading goal kicker, again, Steve Greening, if you'll make the presentation, please. And from Port Noarlunga with 47 goals, if you please acknowledge Zebediah Sinclair. Well done to you, mate. Congratulations.
Yeah, just huge thanks to my coaches, Jars, Lusty this year, they helped me heaps. Thanks to all the boys for kicking me the ball, I wouldn't be up here without them. And Zach Sprower helped me throughout the year heaps, so shout out to him. Cheers.
All right, mate. Good lad. Well said, buddy. Congratulations to you. The next of our medals, and that is the SFL, the B grade medal, and it is for the men, and we quickly go through those top medal contenders. This for the Lovelock medal, of course, will be presented a little bit later at the end of the counting by Emma Fitzpatrick. Thank you, Emma. But those contenders from Aldinga, Morgan Osmond, Christie's Beach, Tim Keogh from the Cove, Aaron Harvey, Flagstaff Hill, a good year with Matt Size, Matthew Kerr and David Kersley involved there. Happy Valley with a couple, Michael Burton, Aidan Wilson, Port Noarlunga, Liam Lusty, and from Ranella, Tom Jolly. But we move into the first preference votes as we did. We go through the count. We'll get it done now. Craig Warman, and checking those with him, Steve Greening. Steve, you're reading them out. Way to go, mate. The Lovelock medal.
Round 1, Aldinga versus Cove. 3 votes, Cove. Jai Butler, Chasling. Ironbank versus Ranella. 3 votes, Ranella. Tom Jolly. Morphettvale versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes, Flagstaff Hill. Casey Davies. Noarlunga versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes, Christie's Beach. Declan Woodbrow. Port Noarlunga versus Happy Valley. 3 votes, Happy Valley. Michael Burt. Round 2. Christie's Beach versus Ranella. 3 votes, Christie's Beach. Sean McIver. Cove versus Noarlunga. 3 votes, Cove. Jaden Morton. Flagstaff Hill versus Aldinga. 3 votes, Flagstaff Hill. Kobe Hibbett. Happy Valley versus Morphettvale. 3 votes, Happy Valley. Aidan Wilson. Ironbank versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes, Port Noarlunga. Tyler Harmon. Round 3. Happy Valley versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes, Happy Valley. Michael Burt. Ironbank versus Cove. 3 votes, Ironbank. Jaden Rear. Morphettvale versus Aldinga. 3 votes, Morphettvale. Jack Del Santo. Port Noarlunga versus Noarlunga. 3 votes, Port Noarlunga. Zebediah Sinclair. Ranella versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes, Ranella. Oliver Voigt. Round 4. Aldinga versus Ranella. 3 votes, Ranella. Tom Jolly. Christie's Beach versus Ironbank. 3 votes, Christie's Beach. Tim Keogh. Cove versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes, Port Noarlunga. Lucas Clark. Flagstaff Hill versus Happy Valley. 3 votes, Happy Valley. Joshua Penny. Noarlunga versus Morphettvale. 3 votes, Noarlunga. Will Darley. Round 5. Cove versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes, Christie's Beach. Cove. Harrison Riddle. Ironbank versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes, Flagstaff Hill. David Kersley. Noarlunga versus Happy Valley. 3 votes, Happy Valley. Lee Davis. Port Nalunga versus Aldinga, 3 votes Port Nalunga, Matthew O'Sullivan. Ranella versus Morphettvale, 3 votes Ranella, Lewis Bird. Round 6, Aldinga versus Ironbank, 3 votes Aldinga, Morgan Osman. Christie's Beach versus Flagstaff Hill, 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Matt Size. Happy Valley versus Cove, 3 votes Happy Valley, Joel Richards. Morphettvale versus Port Nalunga, 3 votes Port Nalunga, Jaden Close. Ranella versus Noarlunga, 3 votes Ranella, Eddie Roberts. Round 7, Flagstaff Hill versus Cove, 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Matt Size. Ironbank versus Happy Valley, 3 votes Happy Valley, Blake Moore. Morphettvale versus Christie's Beach, 3 votes Christie's Beach, Samuel Bear. Noarlunga versus Aldinga, 3 votes Noarlunga, Nathan Rizzitano. Port Nalunga versus Ranella, 3 votes Port Nalunga, Dwayne Sim. Round 8, Christie's Beach versus Port Nalunga, 3 votes Port Nalunga, Alan Singh. Cove versus Ranella, 3 votes Ranella, Tom Jolly. Flagstaff Hill versus Noarlunga, 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Matthew Kerr. Happy Valley versus Aldinga, 3 votes Happy Valley, Joel Richards. Ironbank versus Morphettvale, 3 votes Ironbank, Lachlan Knight. Round 9, halfway mark, Aldinga versus Christie's Beach, 3 votes Aldinga, Joel Crabb. Morphettvale versus Cove, 3 votes Cove, Aaron Wordsworth. Noarlunga versus Ironbank, 3 votes Ironbank, Michael Taylor. Port Nalunga versus Flagstaff Hill, 3 votes Port Nalunga, Tyler Hathaway. Ranella versus Happy Valley, 3 votes Happy Valley, Shane Stagg. Round 10, Christie's Beach versus Noarlunga, 3 votes Noarlunga, Thomas Anderson. Cove versus Aldinga, 3 votes Cove, Aaron Wordsworth. Flagstaff Hill versus Morphettvale, 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Anthony Adam. Happy Valley versus Port Nalunga, 3 votes Happy Valley, Patrick Howard. Ranella versus Ironbank, 3 votes Ranella, Alex Lawley. Round 11, Aldinga versus Flagstaff Hill, 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Kobe Hibbert. Morphettvale versus Happy Valley, 3 votes Happy Valley, Aidan Wilson. Noarlunga versus Cove, 3 votes Cove, Jericho Buss. Port Nalunga versus Ironbank, 3 votes Port Nalunga, Liam O'Connor Dawkins. Ranella versus Christie's Beach, 3 votes Ranella, Oliver Voigt. Round 12, Aldinga versus Morphettvale, 3 votes Aldinga, Morgan Osman. Christie's Beach versus Happy Valley, 3 votes Happy Valley, Cody Francis. Cove versus Ironbank, 3 votes to Cove, Aaron Harvey. Flagstaff Hill versus Ranella, 3 votes Ranella, Chad Thompson. Noarlunga versus Port Nalunga, 3 votes Port Nalunga, Clinton Kalyan. Round 13, Happy Valley versus Flagstaff Hill, 3 votes Happy Valley, Riley Jarman. Ironbank versus Christie's Beach, 3 votes Christie's Beach, Tim Keogh. Morphettvale versus Noarlunga, 3 votes Noarlunga, Wade Sweetman. Port Nalunga versus Cove, 3 votes Port Nalunga, Sam Self. Ranella versus Aldinga, 3 votes Ranella, Joel Stone. Round 14, Aldinga versus Port Nalunga, 3 votes Port Nalunga, Sam Abbott. Christie's Beach versus Cove, 3 votes Cove, Jaden Morton. Flagstaff Hill versus Ironbank, 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, David Kersley. Happy Valley versus Noarlunga, 3 votes Happy Valley, Michael Burt. Morphettvale versus Ranella, 3 votes Ranella, Patrick Davies. Round 15. Cove versus Happy Valley, 3 votes Happy Valley, Nathan May. Flagstaff Hill versus Christie's Beach, 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, David Kersley. Ironbank versus Aldinga, 3 votes Ironbank, Oliver Bone. Noarlunga versus Ranella, 3 votes Ranella, Patrick Davies. Port Nalunga versus Morphettvale, 3 votes Port Nalunga, Jebediah Sinclair. Round 16, Aldinga versus Noarlunga, 3 votes Noarlunga, Sam Eisenhart. Christie's Beach versus Morphettvale, 3 votes Christie's Beach, Angelo Otero. Cove versus Flagstaff Hill, 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Andrew Shearer. Happy Valley versus Ironbank, 3 votes Happy Valley, Declan Maguire. Ranella versus Port Nalunga, 3 votes Port Nalunga, Alan Singh. Round 17, Aldinga versus Happy Valley, 3 votes Happy Valley, Joel Richards. Morphettvale versus Ironbank, 3 votes Ironbank, Finlay Baker. Noarlunga versus Flagstaff Hill, 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Anthony Adam. Port Nalunga versus Christie's Beach, 3 votes Port Nalunga, Liam Lusty. Ranella versus Cove, 3 votes Cove, Jaden Morton. Final round, round 18. Cove versus Morphettvale, 3 votes Cove, Mitch Riddle. Ironbank versus Noarlunga, 3 votes Noarlunga, Lachlan Weathers. Flagstaff Hill versus Port Nalunga, 3 votes Port Nalunga, Darren Walters. Happy Valley versus Ranella, 3 votes Ranella, Cooper Arbon. Christie's Beach versus Aldinga, 3 votes Christie's Beach, Samuel Bear. And that concludes the B grade count. And I'd like to congratulate joint winners Michael Burt from Happy Valley Football Club and Tim Keogh from Christie's Beach. Congratulations.
So our winners make their way forward. We must acknowledge just 1 vote behind their match size. Aidan Wilson with 12. Our winners make their way forward. Michael Burt and Tim Keogh both with 15 votes. The presentation's to be made. Thank you, Emma Fitzpatrick. Thank you, Emma.
I just want to thank the footy club for everything they do to keep me on the track, and friends, family, and yeah, it's all good, yeah. Bye, mate.
I thought I got away without doing one just now. Huge thanks to the club. The playing group out there is absolutely phenomenal. Thanks to my partner, Catherine. I've got to get some brownie points soon. It's been a fantastic year, but the year's not done. Good luck to Happy Valley in the premierships on Saturday, and let's go.
Congratulations to our winners, Michael and Tim. Well done, lovely words as well, and thank you so much to Emma Fitzpatrick for making the presentation. Our chance now to have a 15-minute break to enjoy the main course, those who haven't. to keep the conversation going, we'll be back with more of the awards on the back of our break. Thanks, everyone. 15 minutes. Let's have a breather. Beautiful. We're flying. We've done good. Right on time. my left, mate.
Oh,
Good.
thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Trust you're enjoying the moans. The feel in the room continues. And a real thrill that a very busy lady who's managed to make it here as she does in such a busy program that she has. But yeah, to make her contribution, Katrin Hilliard, the MP, our local member. So thank you so much, Katrin. Lovely to see you. Minister, I'm sorry. Yeah, Katrin, that's fine. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
No worries at all. And the presentations that Minister will be making, they are for the Southern Football League, the Club Senior Volunteer of the Year Award. Each of the clubs who make their nominations, it's so important that we can acknowledge it this way, that the league does it that way, a lovely little memento that the worthy recipients are about to be presented with. Please, as I go through from each of the clubs. Thank you. From Aldinga, if you'd be good enough to come forward, Paul Wiseman. Thank you, Paul. Congratulations.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Are you coming up?
Yeah, up you go.
Thank you.
Well done, mate. Good. Next of our presentations, as mentioned, the club's Senior Volunteer of the Year Awards that we do acknowledge each, so very vital for their contribution. From Blackwood, Andrea Wheatley-Slade. From Christie's Beach, the recipient, Sam Jones. From the Cove, Michelle Kelly. You don't touch it nowadays. You do not touch. Congratulations, Michelle. Flagstaff Hill, Shannon O'Malley, well done. From Hackham now, Corey Short. The next of our recipients, as we look at the honour board there, and that is from Happy Valley, Catherine Barraclough. The next from Morford Vale now, and that is to Kathy Sutton. From Noarlunga now is Mark Anderson. Ando, well done. From Port Noarlunga is Suresh Manikam. man. Good man. And to round them out, SFL Club Senior Volunteers of the Year Awards for 2025. To round it out, from Ranella, Tara McGroty. Tara. Here she comes. I think if all of our recipients just stay there, we'll send the Minister that way to make a very, very important one. But this, the one that we do acknowledge and one that is very, very fortunate to receive some. And the winner, if you can just turn it my way, because I didn't write it down, is Kathy Sutton. Congratulations. We might get that group together and we'll get Kathy, please, some words and just to be acknowledged this way.
Firstly, congratulations to all the nominees. Without you and all the volunteers at all the clubs, our kids and our husbands wouldn't be able to play the sport we love. So well done to all of you. Thank you to the Morpheville Football Club for nominating me. And thanks.
Well done, you. We'll try and get our recipients to stay that way with the Minister there. We'll get a group shot, I think. That might be the way to do it. There's a few with cameras. The one at the back there might come and grab one, please. But, yeah, if we can get a group shot of all of our recipients, that will be just terrific to acknowledge you that way. Go down and see Minister, please. She'll be chatting away to you and you've got the opportunity to chat. Thanks, Craig. Mate, well done you. Just while we're getting set with the cameras, we'll move to the next, if we can, please, and that is the 2025 acknowledgement of our association coaches. Please, Craig, if you'd be good enough to come forward and tell us a little bit about the story as we get the wonderful photo taken with the Minister. Thank you.
Again, just a really big thank you to all of our people that have been involved in association footy, as well as not only that, but our commitment to the Southern Districts as well. So as I mentioned in my opening speech, congratulations to Brendan McKeough, Bradley Mangan, Robbie Bollenhagen, Dale Wilson and Craig Roberts, who did our association weekend, to Rob and Steve Besley. Wasn't a bad trip over the island, was it, Bez? I got him. He didn't know what I'm talking about. It was a very nice trip to Kangaroo Island. So, yeah, no, look, the Southern Football League is really passionate about our association footy. We didn't have it for a long, long time. We were able to get it back with the help of our friends from the Great Southern Footy League. We've expanded over the last several years to include Kangaroo Island, who, if they didn't play against us, we wouldn't have an association game. So to all of you people who continue to put your hand up to support our programs at association and Southern Districts level, thank you for what you do.
Interesting you make mention about the trip to Kangaroo Island. I was there for the male medal count. Evidently I had a terrific time, but I can't fucking remember it either, so yeah. I was really funny and yeah. The next of our presentations, please, Craig, with me again. This is the 2025, the SFL Player Life Members. Now these need to meet the requirements, a minimum of 10 years and 150 games at the A grade level. The first that we acknowledge that way, Craig, please, with 183 games over a 15-year span, and it goes to Jared Liebelt from Noarlunga.
Yeah, look, I'm very fortunate to have played so many years and for such a long time at such a great club. God. My wife's just at home looking after 2 kids, so she's been a big supporter for me, and yeah, she's the reason why I'm up here tonight. So, cheers.
The mighty Shoe Boys, and you're now a life member. You're allowed to be late home tonight, but you'll be fine. Another from the same club, Noarlunga, 179 games over a 16-year period. As I said, from Noarlunga, Samuel Carlisle. Well done, Sam.
Thank you. I'm going to thank you. I will accept this on Sam's behalf. Unfortunately, he's not here. Like Jared, fantastic part of the football club, and I'm very lucky enough to call him my nephew. So it's a pretty proud moment for me to stand up here and accept this award. Everyone that gets one of these has put a lot of time in the SFL and played against all you clubs, and without all the clubs and all the players and for all the years we've played, there wouldn't be the SFL. So thank you very much.
Keep moving, and the next of our presentations, a player who's amassed 175 games over the 12-year period. He really wedged them in there. Good shooting from the Cove, Dylan Taylor. What's it? Who for?
Yeah, no, I played for Cove. Definitely played for Cove. Yeah, I'll just thank the Southern Footy League and, yeah, the Cobras. Thank you.
The next 150 games, what needs to be done over that 10-year period from Flagstaff Hill, Bradley Patterson. Patto, thank you, mate.
First and foremost, thank you to the Flagstaff Hill Football Club. 10 years goes bloody quick. I remember being an 18-year-old and playing my first game, and now I'm old and up here. So, yeah, thank you very much for the SFL putting on a great night. The chicken was unreal. Thank you.
And the final presentation in this particular category, 171 games over 13 years from the Flagstaff Hill Footy Club, Braden Hayward-Ferris.
Firstly, good speech, Patto. Unreal, mate. Firstly, thanks to the SFL, everything you guys do week in, week out to get the competition going. You do a great job. To Flaggy Footy Club, thank you for everything across the years, teammates, coaches, supporters, just everyone involved. It's been a great journey. And lastly to my family, Mum, Pete, my sisters and my girlfriend, thank you for all your support over the years.
Lovely words, Braden. Well done to you. The next of our presentations, and this is the Southern Football League, the League Life members, and it is a minimum of 10 years service to the League, and it's terrific that we can acknowledge it that way. The League Life members, the first for this evening is Alan Jolly.
I'd like to say thank the Southern Footy League. Been involved for a long time, started back in 1968 with the subbies, and you just keep putting in. You see a lot of the older people like the Johnny Halls, the Craig Warmans, Davo, Crady, and that's what it's all about, it's putting back in. So I really like to just thank the Southern Footy League. Very proud to be made a League Life membership. Thank you.
And for those of you who've looked at the screens, and not going to be overly surprising when I announce that the second of our League Life members that we acknowledge this evening, Mark Jensen. Well done, Mark.
Believe it or not, it was a surprise. I didn't know till I saw my name there, but thanks to the league, thanks to all the clubs. I guess most of my service has been through umpiring, and you know, we've done a lot of hard work as clubs and as a footy league towards improving that environment, and we've come a long way in the 30 years I've been doing it. So thanks for everyone's help and support, and we'll keep doing it, and we'll keep the kids coming through umpiring. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mark. Well done to you, and such an important role, the umpiring, and a thankless task. And just once or twice, if you could get it right, would be just fantastic. 2025, the induction of 5 new Hall of Fame members. My pleasure if Paul Daly would be good enough to come forward and let us know exactly who they are for and let us know their numbers. Please, Paul, yours.
Thank you, Wayne. So our league has now been going on for over a span of 140 years, and this year is our 120th actual season of competition with a few breaks in between there. So over that course of time, we've now inducted our 129th inductees. So considering the amount of time the league has been going, that is an extremely exclusive group. So it's important that we acknowledge them tonight. We have 5 new inductees this year. Our 125th inductee is Ian Jordan from the North Vale Football Club. So Ian has been a member of our competition now in some form for 62 years. We measured around about 56 years of service directly to football in some form. Initially as a player, but has performed the role as a bar manager or club manager for around 25 years, and is now a timekeeper as well. And that's one of the beauty of our Hall of Fame. We do acknowledge all the different facets of the game and what goes into putting games of football together and getting clubs running. So, yeah, tremendous inductee there, Ian Jordan. Our 126th inductee this year is Chris Rowe. Chris commenced as a player back at Christie's Beach, giving significant service there, and as both a player and a team manager. He is a life member down at Christie's Beach, and then from there moved on to the umpiring ranks and became a field umpire, and did that for such an amount of time, including now also sitting as vice president of the umpires panel, and has received life membership of that organisation as well. So getting life membership at both parts of his football career is quite a significant achievement. So well done, Chris. Lyndon Elliott from the McLaren Flat Football Club, going back into the past a little bit, back when they were a member of our league. Around 48 years span involved in football in some form, and to our league at least about 30 years of that. He has not only been a player and a premiership player down there. He has since, in the past 20, 25 years, since the merger of when they merged with the Vale back in 1998, he's accumulated a huge amount of history about that McLaren Flat Football Club, and what he's been able to dig up and document and give to us as a selection panel has really helped us to dig up a lot of history that was lost from the league. So well done to Lyndon. Our 128th inductee is Wayne Andrews from the Morphettvale Christie's Beach, Aldinga, Southern Beach football clubs. He had quite a initially short stints at Sully's and down at Aldinga before landing at Christie's. He spent a significant amount of time at Christie's Beach, becoming a life member there. He then moved on. He was doing both as a player and as an administrator down there, and then he moved on to Morphettvale, became a coach, team manager, trainer, did a minis coordinator and a number of different jobs. He's still working to this day down there and is also a life member of that club. And there's very few people I would suggest are life members of 2 clubs within our league. So a very, very worthy inductee of our Hall of Fame. And another nice one this year, we were able to do our 129th inductee was the late Les Furler from the Noarlunga Football Club. Les had around about 48 years of service to football in the south, from being a 4-time premiership player down at Noarlunga, including 2 as captain. He played well over 250 games down there, and he then moved on to the administration side, both at that club and with the league. A couple of years as president of the league, and then maintained his involvement down at Noarlunga, and I think for something like 38 years was part of their Oval Committee, 13 years of that as chair, and that service was only broken with his death back in 1976. So one of these ones that we've been able to dig up a lot of information about. We're really piecing together our league's history, and was a really nice way to acknowledge and tell that story. So well done to Les. It is a living hall. It's a continuous project that we work on. I like to say that everyone who is deserving will get there. But it only works as well as we have the information, and I always use these opportunities to call out to each of the clubs to look through your people, consider who's been a huge contributor to our league within your club, whether that's just at club level or with the league or between clubs as well. As I mentioned tonight, there's a few people who move between different clubs, and sometimes they get missed because they haven't necessarily been solely at one club, so they don't come front to mind. But we can only work off of the information we have. We've got quite a good database we're putting together, but there's plenty of other stories out there still to be told. So please reach out to either the league or someone like myself if you see me at games. Point out somebody you think who might have been of interest to us, because we always like to unearth and dig down and see if we can find if there's somebody worthy. So thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Well done to you. And just a wonderful way that the league does acknowledge those wonderful contributors that make such an impact, not just to the club, but to the league, and move between clubs, that sort of thing. It's very, very special to have them. And yeah, we get to number 129. Just incredible. Chance for us to have some break. And yeah, I see some desserts making their way out. We'll be back a little while after the break with our presentation of the 2 A-grade medals for both the men's and women's competition. Thanks, everyone. Well done.
I said to our table, I said, it's actually nice to actually have a meal with this. 'Cause,
Thank you, everyone. Before we get to the A-grade women's medal count, we do have the A-grade women leading goal kicker, and the Minister is going to be good enough to make the presentation. Thank you. At the winner for the year, and a fantastic year up front there with 60 goals from Flagstaff Hill, Jessica Couch.
I just want to thank Flagstaff Hill and all the girls and just all the coaches that have supported me all through the whole season. And yeah, thank you.
A terrific year, 60 goals for Flaggies. Well done, Jessica. Congratulations to you. Thank you, Minister. Well done. The vote about to get started now, the SFL, the A-grade women's. It's so terrific to have so many in the room, the top vote contenders. This for the Stephanie Dempsey Medal. And Stephanie here with us, who will be making the ultimate presentation. But we look at those leaders, and at the board, we look at two from Aldinga there, Taryn Vizgardas and Madison Brown from the Cove, a couple, Jamie Norrup and Angelique Dean. Flagstaff Hill with 3, Tiana Lush, Jessica Couch, well, that shouldn't surprise anyone with 60 majors. Melanie Costa also from Ironbank Cherry Gardens, Olivia Walker-Obishak, and Port Noarlunga, Maddie Craggs and Ranella Taylor-Ryder. Tops it out. They're the ones we'll be looking at. But to get to the medal count, please, you'll give them their attention that they deserve. Craig, and yours, Steve Greening. Thanks, mate.
Round one, Aldinga versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes, K.S. Smith, Flagstaff Hill. Hackham versus Cove. 3 votes, Cove, Ella Gill. Port Noarlunga versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens. 3 votes, Port Noarlunga, Maddie Craggs. Ranella versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes, Ranella, Talia Wright. Round 2, Christie's Beach versus Blackwood. 3 votes, Blackwood, Sammy Dwale. Cove versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens. 3 votes, Cove, Jamie Norrup. Flagstaff Hill versus Ranella. 3 votes, Flagstaff Hill, Brooke May. Hackham versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes, Port Noarlunga, Eilish O'Hanlon. Round 3, Blackwood versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes, Flagstaff Hill, Tiana Lush. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes, Ironbank Cherry Gardens, Olivia Walker-Obishak. Port Noarlunga versus Cove. 3 votes, Port Noarlunga, Zoe Fleshfader. Ranella versus Aldinga. 3 votes Ranella, Talia Wright. Blackwood versus Hackham. 3 votes Hackham, Talara Power. Christie's Beach versus Cove. 3 votes Cove, Jamie Neurup. Flagstaff Hill versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens, Tiana Lush. Round 5, Cove versus Blackwood. 3 votes Jamie Neurup, Cove. Flagstaff Hill versus Christie's. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Mel Costa. Hackham versus Ranella. 3 votes Ranella, Sienna Gardner. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Aldinga. 3 votes Aldinga, Madison Brown. Aldinga versus Hackham. 3 votes Aldinga, Madison Brown. Blackwood versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens. 3 votes Blackwood, Holly Santabiens. Ranella versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Saban Idell. Aldinga versus Blackwood. 3 votes Blackwood, Vanessa Kitto. Port Noarlunga versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Maddie Craggs. Ranella versus Cove. 3 votes Cove, Angelique Dean. Round 8, Blackwood versus Ranella. 3 votes Blackwood, Lily Brook. Christie's Beach versus Aldinga. 3 votes Christie's Beach, Maisie Hunt. Flagstaff Hill versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Maddie Craggs. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Hackham. 3 votes Hackham, Aston Gaskell. Round 9, Aldinga versus Cove. 3 votes Cove, Angelique Dean. Hackham versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes Hackham, Shannon Gaskell. Port Noarlunga versus Blackwood. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Maddie Craggs. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Ranella. 3 votes Ranella, Neve Morgan. Round 10, Christie's Beach versus Ranella. 3 votes Ranella, Summer Weir. Cove versus Hackham. 3 votes Cove, Jamie Neurup. Flagstaff Hill versus Aldinga. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Jessica Couch. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Elizabeth Tracy. Round 11, Blackwood versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes Blackwood, Malika Collins. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Cove. 3 votes Cove, Ella Gould. Port Noarlunga versus Hackham. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Lucinda Bunge. Ranella versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Tiana Lush. Round 11, Aldinga versus Ranella. 3 votes Ranella, Talia Wright. Christie's Beach versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens. 3 votes Ironbank Cherry Gardens, Olivia Walker-Obishak. Cove versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes Cove, Emily Hocking. Flagstaff Hill versus Blackwood. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Mel Costa. Round 13, Cove versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes Cove, Jamie Nurup. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Tiana Lush. Port Noarlunga versus Aldinga. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Eilish O'Hanlon. Round 14, Aldinga versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens. 3 votes Aldinga, Tiana Vaskoulis. Blackwood versus Cove. 3 votes Cove, Angelique Dean. Christie's Beach versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Tiana Lush. Ranella versus Hackham. 3 votes Ranella, Miller Thompson. Two rounds to go. Cove versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Cove, Angelique Dean. Hackham versus Aldinga. 3 votes Aldinga, Tiana Vaskoulis. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Blackwood. 3 votes Ironbank Cherry Gardens to Olivia Walker-Obashak. Port Noarlunga versus Ranella. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Maddie Craggs. Final round, round 16. Blackwood versus Aldinga. 3 votes Aldinga, Madison Brown. Cove versus Ranella. 3 votes Cove, Angelique Dean. Christie's Beach versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Maddie Craggs. And the winner is a tie between Jamie Nurup and Maddie Craggs, both on 20 points, followed by Angelique Dean and Tiana Lush from the Flagstaff Hill Football Club.
Terrific count, well done. The ladies tying it there on 20 votes as a result. Pass those on. Such an exciting time at the top of the leaders board. Jamie Nurup and Maddie Craggs, both with the 20 votes as they make their way forward. Now the presentation. Stephanie Dempsey, please, to present your medal. Thank you.
I would just like to say well done to all the other players. Thank you. Thank you to Porties for giving me the opportunity to do this. Unfortunate turnout yesterday, but well done to Flaggies, well done everybody else.
I just want to say thanks to the SFL. Thank you for the volunteers. They'll obviously make it run for us, especially the women's. Thank you very much for Cove. I absolutely love and adore my club. The support this year has been amazing. My coach, Dale, love ya. And all the girls and everyone. Cheers. This is amazing. Hi, Maddie.
So could you charge your glasses, please, and be upstanding? To our women's medalists, the Steph Dempsey medalists, Maddie Craggs and Jamie Nurub. Congratulations.
Before we get to the A-grade count, a very important thing that occurs, that needs to occur, please. The A-grade Premiership Shield gets handed back.
It has been returned. It's in the office, ready for Saturday.
Hence the reason that if you go through the run sheet and cross that out, it would have saved me making an absolute dick of myself. Well done.
There's only one.
We've got it. No trouble. So thank you, Sis, for returning same, and we look forward to it being presented on the back of the grand final. Not too far away. We keep moving now with the Southern Football League and the A-grade goal kicking award. This time the presentation by Damien McCann, please. If you'd be good enough to come forward, Damien, thank you. But with another great year, 88 goals, Runella Footy Club, Bailey Marshman. Well done, Bailey. Great job.
I'd just like to thank, obviously, all the boys, obviously playing at full forward. They get it down to me, so thanks to them. To Milo, putting me at full forward, was playing me at centre-half back last year, so hard to kick goals from there, but thanks, Milo. And then to the footy club, just for everything that they do and everything that they help us out with, so thank you.
Well done, good man. 88 goals, Bailey. Well done to you. As we get started with the vote for the medal, please. This is the male medal for 2024. We look at those contenders from Flagstaff Hill, Darcy Mitchell, another from Flaggies, Nathan Beenham. 2, 3 from Happy Valley, Cooper Rogers, Nicholas Kramer and Harry Spacey. The Ironbank Cherry Gardens, Chase Woolley. Noarlunga, Nicholas Mott. Port Noarlunga, a couple. Nathaniel Paritis. Hope you don't win it. You have to pronounce it. And yeah, so all the very best, mate. But yeah, see how you go. Yeah, no dramas. And Zachariah Sproul. And from Runella, Bailey Marshman. We'll go to the count. Let's find out our winner. This one for the Southern Football League, the A-grade men.
Okay, round one, Aldinga versus Cove. 3 votes Cove, Kyle Stolt. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Runella. 3 votes Runella, Bradley Potter. Flagstaff Hill versus Morpeth Vale. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Benjamin Jeffries. Noarlunga versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes Christie's Beach, Joshua DeRoot. Port Noarlunga versus Happy Valley. 3 votes Port Noarlunga, Nathaniel Paredes. Round 2, Christie's Beach versus Runella. 3 votes Runella, Bailey Marshman. Cove versus Noarlunga. 3 votes Cove, Lincoln Holder. Flagstaff Hill versus Aldinga. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Jackson Bennett. Happy Valley versus Morpeth Vale. 3 votes Happy Valley, Billy Wilson. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes Ironbank Cherry Gardens, Chase Woolley. Round 3, Happy Valley versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes Happy Valley, Billy Wilson. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Cove. 3 votes Cove, Ryan Need. Morpeth Vale versus Aldinga. 3 votes Aldinga, Angus Stankiewicz. Port Nalunga versus Noarlunga. 3 votes Port Nalunga, Nathaniel Paredes. Ranella versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Darcy Mitchell. Aldinga versus Ranella. 3 votes Ranella, Tyler Davies. Christie's Beach versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens. 3 votes Christie's Beach, Austin Hogg. Cove versus Port Nalunga. 3 votes Port Nalunga, Oliver Goss. Happy Valley versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Happy Valley, Harry Spacey. Noarlunga versus Morpeth Vale. 3 votes Noarlunga, Nicholas Mott. Round 5, Christie's Beach versus Cove. 3 votes Christie's Beach, Michael Maisie. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Michael Shearer. Noarlunga versus Happy Valley. 3 votes Happy Valley, Harry Spacey. Port Nalunga versus Aldinga. 3 votes Port Nalunga, Zachary Sproul. Ranella versus Morpeth Vale. 3 votes Ranella, Bailey Marshman. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Aldinga. 3 votes Ironbank Cherry Gardens, Levi Grigg. Christie's Beach versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Darcy Mitchell. Happy Valley versus Cove. 3 votes Happy Valley, Nicholas Kramer. Port Nalunga versus Morpeth Vale. 3 votes Port Nalunga, Brodie Smith. Ranella versus Noarlunga. 3 votes Tyler Davies. Flagstaff Hill versus Cove. 3 votes Cove, Kyle Stolt. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Happy Valley. 3 votes Happy Valley, Cooper Rogers. Morpeth Vale versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes Christie's Beach, Jonty Murphy. Noarlunga versus Aldinga. 3 votes Noarlunga, Dustin English. Port Nalunga versus Ranella. 3 votes Port Nalunga, Nathaniel Paredes. Christie's Beach versus Port Nalunga, round 8. 3 votes Port Nalunga, Gary Carpeney. Cove versus Ranella. 3 votes Ranella, Tyler Davies. Flagstaff Hill versus Noarlunga. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Nathan Beenham. Happy Valley versus Aldinga. 3 votes Happy Valley, Cooper Rogers. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Morpeth Vale. 3 votes Ironbank Cherry Gardens, Jacob Matheson. Round 9, Aldinga versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes Christie's Beach, Reece Mundy. Morpeth Vale versus Cove. 3 votes Cove, Lincoln Holder. Noarlunga versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens. 3 votes Chase Woolley, Ironbank Cherry Gardens. Port Nalunga versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes Flagstaff Hill, Mitchell Johnson. Ranella versus Happy Valley. 3 votes, Happy Valley. Cooper Rogers. Christie's Beach versus Noarlunga. 3 votes, Noarlunga. Brad Inglis. Cove versus Aldinga. 3 votes, Cove, Dylan Search. Flagstaff Hill versus Morpeth Vale. 3 votes, Flagstaff Hill, Michael Shearer. Happy Valley versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes, Happy Valley, Nicholas Frisbee Smith. Ranella versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens. 3 votes, Ranella, Jake Agnew. Round 11, Aldinga versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes, Flagstaff Hill, Nathan Beenham. Morpeth Vale versus Happy Valley. 3 votes, Happy Valley, Nicholas Kramer. Noarlunga versus Cove. 3 votes, Noarlunga, Nicholas Mott. Port Noarlunga versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens. 3 votes, Port Noarlunga, Nathaniel Paredes. Ranella versus Christie's. 3 votes, Ranella, Bailey Marshman. Round 12, Aldinga versus Morpeth Vale. 3 votes, Morpeth Vale, Robert Schindler Taylor. Christie's Beach versus Happy Valley. 3 votes, Happy Valley, Dylan Brown. Cove versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens. 3 votes, Ironbank Cherry Gardens, Chase Woolley. Flagstaff Hill versus Ranella. 3 votes, Flagstaff Hill, Darcy Mitchell. Noarlunga versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes, Port Noarlunga, Richard O'Grady. Round 13, Happy Valley versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes, Happy Valley, Harry Vick. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes, Christie's Beach, Joshua DeRoot. Morpeth Vale versus Noarlunga. 3 votes, Noarlunga, Brad Inglis. Port Noarlunga versus Cove. 3 votes, Port Noarlunga, Zachary Sproul. Ranella versus Aldinga. 3 votes, Ranella, Bailey Marshman. Round 14, Aldinga versus Port Noarlunga. 3 votes, Port Noarlunga, Nicholas Steele. Christie's Beach versus Cove. 3 votes, Christie's Beach, Callum Bennett. Flagstaff Hill versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens. 3 votes, Flagstaff Hill, Joshua Rosman. Happy Valley versus Noarlunga. 3 votes, Happy Valley, Nicholas Kramer. Morpeth Vale versus Ranella. 3 votes, Ranella, James Papworth. Round 15, Cove versus Happy Valley. 3 votes, Happy Valley, Cooper Rogers. Flagstaff Hill versus Christie's Beach. 3 votes, Flagstaff Hill, Nathan Beenham. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Aldinga. 3 votes, Ironbank Cherry Gardens to Jacob Matheson. Noarlunga versus Ranella. 3 votes, Ranella, Liam Reid. Port Nalunga versus Morpeth Vale. 3 votes, Port Nalunga, Nathan Paredes. Round 16, Aldinga versus Noarlunga. 3 votes, Noarlunga, Jake Anderson. Christie's Beach versus Morpeth Vale. 3 votes, Christie's Beach, Mackenzie Newell. Cove versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes, Flagstaff Hill, Darcy Mitchell. Happy Valley versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens. 3 votes, Happy Valley, Max Gill. Ranella versus Port Nalunga. 3 votes, Port Nalunga, Zach Sproul. Round 17. Aldinga versus Happy Valley. 3 votes, Happy Valley, Liam O'Connor. Morpeth Vale versus Ironbank Cherry Gardens. 3 votes, Ironbank Cherry Gardens, Jake Goodman Glasson. Noarlunga versus Flagstaff Hill. 3 votes, Noarlunga, Nick Mott. Port Nalunga versus Christie's. 3 votes, Port Nalunga, Nathaniel Paredes. Ranella versus Cove. 3 votes, Ranella, Bailey Marshman. The last round. Christie's Beach versus Aldinga. 3 votes, Christie's Beach, Michael Maisie. Cove versus Morpeth Vale. 3 votes, Cove, Thomas Simpson. Happy Valley versus Ranella. 3 votes, Happy Valley, Harry Spacey. Ironbank Cherry Gardens versus Noarlunga. 3 votes, Noarlunga, Aaron Killian. And the final game, Flagstaff Hill versus Port Nalunga. 3 votes, Port Nalunga, Ryan Kelly. So I declare the winner of the male medal from the Port Nalunga Football Club, Nathaniel Paredes.
Thank you.
Mike's all yours first?
Not yet.
Oh.
No, no. We're going to toast it first, huh?
All right, we'll do. There you go. Can you please be upstanding with your glasses charged? Flipper's thirsty. Your 2025 male medalist, Nathaniel Paredes, Port Nalunga Football Club.
Well done, well done.
Well done.
Yeah, good. Well done,
Yeah, no, thanks for that. yeah, just congratulations to all the other award winners. Yeah, pretty honoured to win this. There's a lot of good players that I've played against, and yeah, so pretty honoured. Yeah, just thanks to the Port Noarlunga Footy Club. They've been awesome. Love coming down to SA and playing with them. The coaches, Parko, who's done a men of work, all the support staff, the volunteers, the sponsors. That's what makes the club run. And yeah, we couldn't do it without them. We couldn't play footy without them. So really appreciate all of that. Yeah, good luck to everyone. Grand finals this week, except for Happy Valley. Not wishing too much luck, but I know it's going to be a great contest, and can't wait to come up against you. Like Cooper and Nick, you're awesome players, so I know it's going to be an awesome contest. And yeah, thank you, and yeah, go Porties.
Congratulations, mate. Well done, well deserved. I mean, you cruised to victory, but where, you say you came down here to Port Noarlunga to play, where from?
Yeah.
What's your history?
I'm from country Victoria, but
Okay.
I've been in Darwin for 4 or 5 years, so
All
I'm
right.
down here.
And what? And your parole officer knows that you're allowed to.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
No, it's important. Yeah. Just tell us about the boys and yeah, the tight group that you've got over there, the Port Noarlunga guys.
Yeah, it's a really good group. Yeah, really connected, and yeah, we've done a lot with footy, but we're doing a lot with, you know, mental health and the connected side of things, the psychology side of things. So it's been a really supportive group, and yeah, love getting the training with the boys and playing with the boys. So.
Good. Yeah, you're working as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Doing
yeah,
what?
A teacher.
Where at?
Bowden Brompton.
Oh, fantastic.
Christmas
Good.
Beach.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm a bit of a wag. No, not a wag.
A
hag.
wag.
Yeah.
A hag.
My-
What's
I,
that?
I should say thank you to my partner too, Danielle. She plays for Adelaide Crows, so
Okay,
usually
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
supporting her. But yeah, she's not here tonight to support me. But yeah.
How good is it? I mean, what happens at home? I mean, when you chat, I mean, you know, you're talking about footy, and she's got hers happening, and you've got yours happening. Yeah.
No, we don't really talk about footy.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Because if I give her some advice, it doesn't really go down too well. She's pretty hard on me. Like if I get a, oh, you played all right today, that means I've
Played
probably
really
played
well.
really well.
Yeah, you got the 3 votes. Yeah.
But yeah, usually we don't really talk about footy too much. So.
What happens? You're going to stay with Port Noarlunga? I mean, as I said, they're a tight group, but yeah, you're going to stay there and stick with it and keep them going?
If they'll have me again, I'll...
Well, I thought so. Yeah, do you? Yeah, yeah. What's up on the whiteboard, you know, when you run out for Port Noarlunga on Saturday? What are those 5 words up on the whiteboard that you've got to get done?
Oh, I don't really know. I can't remember. Well, yeah. Andrew Jarman's the coach, and he
Well, that's why I
he
asked,
talks
yeah.
a bit of dribble. So mainly, it's sort of like some things stick and some things just, yeah, I don't know what he says up. But I'll say thank you to Andrew. He's been a great coach, and yeah, besides the rubbish talking,
yes,
he's a great coach, and. Yeah, not just the footy side, but the personal side as well. He's really personal.
Very good. Yeah. You mentioned another coach, and you didn't. What was his name? Dicko or Hacko or what was his? When you said you want to thank
Parko.
Yeah. You don't know his name, do you?
Yeah, Parko. So yeah, he does heaps of work behind the scenes.
Okay.
So,
like what?
What are you, Parko? Football operations. Football operations manager. Is that what it is? Yeah, like football ops.
Okay.
So. Yeah, he gets us sorted out.
Okay, all right, very good. Who wins the AFL Grand Final?
I'm a massive Hawthorn supporter. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh well, let's hope you're wrong.
Bit of hockball, and we try to create a bit of cockball at the Cockadivers. So.
Okay. Yeah, the Cockadivers. Yeah. Probably as. We got there, and yeah, I was waiting for you to completely cock it up, and you have. So well done to you with the cockle-ballers. Well done to you, mate. Congratulations. Beautiful. Well done. Success, Andrew Jarman. Yeah, I could just imagine the 5 words on the whiteboard there. Food, beer, betting, yeah, Triple M, yeah, bye for now. Good day. It brings us to a close. Thank you, everyone. Been a terrific night, as always, with the league, so happy to be a part of that. I hope we've had a bit of fun. We've got it on time, so you've done so very well. Well done to you, Craig, and all of the team. My absolute pleasure to thank our major SFL sponsor, that's SFL Air Diffusion Agencies, Bill and Rhonda Threadgold. Thank you again for your ongoing support. The preferred medal sponsor, the PW Collection, SFL, and our other sponsors who are involved with this league, this such successful league. It's a great one. Sports Centre, Belgravia Apparel, Fluorau Milk Company, the Sharon Footies, South Adelaide Footy Club, their coaches with us. We wish them all the very, very best for the future. Think Road Safety, Sandford Community Football, Sunday Mail, Dartfish Filming Footy, All Frames and Mirrors, Chris Hutton Home Loans, JRF Bricklaying, SA Landscape Supplies, and So Cloudy. They are our sponsors. They make it possible for us to be able to enjoy the wonderful game of footy. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy your night. Cheers.
Just before you go, it would be remiss of me not to thank our host for this evening, Wayne. Thank you very much for coming down and supporting the Southern Football League. And on behalf of the league, please accept this gift as our thank you to you for hosting this evening. Gentlemen, Wayne Phillips. Thank you very much.
Much appreciated. 3 bottles of wine. I'll get the other 9. Yeah, when we get a chance. A bit difficult to carry. But thank you.